Hi, I'm Dave Annell. Welcome to episode 12 of Setting the Record Straight. Back in February last year, long before I started this series of videos, I recorded a short piece about the new, improved Find a Will website. Thought it was high time that I revisited the website to see how it's all looking now. And the good news is, well, there's lots of good news. So let's have a look at the website. It's probatesearch.service.gov.uk. I'll put the link in the comments below. The first screen that you come to has just 4 fields. It's very straightforward. There's just a field for last name, there's a field for first name, and then there's one for year of death. You'll note that the first name field is optional. And then it seems like an odd option. Was the person a soldier who died while serving in the British Armed Forces between 1850 and 1986? But we won't be looking at this today, but it's basically there because there's an option to search an entirely different set of records relating to military wills. But this option defaults to no, which is a good thing. Now, what I found from exploring the website over the past few days is that they seem to have sorted out most of the problems, and that straightforward basic searches are now working pretty well. The will I was searching for when I recorded the video last year was that of Samuel Bull, who died in 1858. And whose will was proved the following year. So let's just recreate that search. I'll put in the name Bull, and I'll put in the first name Samuel. The first name option actually wasn't there last year. It's a new addition. And then we'll put in I'm going to put in the year of death as 1859, because although I know it was actually 1858, the will was proved in 1859. So that's what I want to look for. So we'll save that. Now, there's a second screen here with options to narrow down your search with the following optional fields. And we've got a keyword field. We've got the date of the month, and then the day of death, and then the year, month, and day of probate. But I'm going to ignore these for now. They're all optional. I'll just click Save and Continue. And we've only got one result, and it is indeed the page that we want. And if you scroll down here, there is the will of Samuel Bull. It's then a fairly simple process to order a copy of this will. There are a couple of pitfalls to be aware of, but in most cases, it's quite straightforward. All we need to do is to complete these boxes on the right here, based on the information that we're getting from the probate calendar on the left. So we'll put in the last name. Don't need to use capital letters. We can just put in surname Bull, first name Samuel. But watch out here. You must include any middle names. If there is a middle name in the calendar and you don't give it, your application will fail. Then we need to put in the date of probate. Got to be careful here, because all we've got on the calendar there is the day, 16th of May. And of course, we need the year, which you'll find at the top of the page of the calendar, 1859. Just be careful that we're putting in the right year. Again, any mistakes here and your application will fail. And then we need to enter the date of death, which we can see here is the 13th of December, 1858. So 13/12. 1858. The next thing is the registry location. That's the principal registry, which is another word for London, basically. Where are we? Principal registry. It became the London Probate Registry in 1892, but up until 1891, it was called a principal registry. And then we've got this tricky one here, the folio number. Now, strictly speaking, it's not actually a folio number. What it is it's a quire number, and you find them in these old will registers written in the top right-hand corner of every 16th page, or rather of every 8th folio. A quire is 4 sheets of paper folded together to form 8 leaves or folios. And if you have 8 leaves of paper, you clearly have 16 pages, one front and back. Hope you're following this. The same system was used in the Prerogative Court of Canterbury with their pre-1858 will registers. So these quire numbers, or folio numbers as they insist, are only shown in the calendars. So you only need to worry about them up to and including 1930, and they're only there for wills proved in the principal registry, stroke London. So please make sure you get all of this right. We need to enter this number in here accurately. So the number is 269. Put that in there, and then we can proceed with ordering that document. The good news is it all happens very quickly. If your application does fail for any reason, you'll get a refund, and then you can order it again, of course, and it's only £1.50 per document anyway. So the basic search seems to be working very well and producing the desired results. And this wasn't the case when I tried to find some wills just a few weeks ago, but I'm fairly confident that the basic problems with searching the Find a Will website have been resolved. There are, however, still some issues. I'm going to try a different search now. So this is looking for the will of a man called Joshua Chapman Tapp, who died in 1904. I've already put the details in on the first screen here, and we'll run that search. Again, I'm going to ignore the second screen. And this time we get no document pages returned. Now, that's a bit worrying because it might make us think that there isn't a will for this man. But if we look at the page from the National Probate Calendar, which I downloaded from Ancestry, we can see there it is. Joshua Chapman Tapp died 12th of December 1904, and his will was proved on the 27th of December. Again, we'll check the top of the page. 27th of December 1904. So there was a will, it was proved in 1904, and we should be finding it through the Probate Search website. So let's just try something different. I'm going to go back to the first screen, and this time I'm going to remove the first name option. So we're just searching for the surname Tapp and the year 1904. Again, I'll ignore the second search screen, and this time we've got 4 document pages returned. At first sight, it's not obvious why we've got them. The first page here is for surname starting MU. We'll move on to the next page, and we can see we've got surname starting PRI. The third page of results gives us surname starting SHU. And then finally, on the fourth page, we get to letters that look like the names that we're looking for. And there, in fact, is the name Joshua Chapman Tapp. The left-hand page of this is a bit damaged, which may be why we're having problems. But regardless, we found it under the name Tapp, Joshua Chapman, and there he is, died 12th of December 1904. So we can then proceed with an order for that will. So why did we get those other 3 pages when we ran our search? The first 3 results didn't seem to make a lot of sense. But if we have a look at the pages, we'll see that in each case, the word Tapp appears somewhere on the page. On this page here, the will of Elizabeth Catherine Willoughby Shuttleworth, you'll see one of the executors was a man called Hammond Astley Tapp. On the page before, we scroll down, we've got the will here of Mark Priest, and the executor is Horatio Godfrey Tapp. And on the first page of results, we had a man called Edwin Munday. And again, it's actually the same executor, Horatio Godfrey Tapp. So it's clear that the whole of the text from the page has been captured, not just the names of the testators. And the significance of that for our research could be huge, particularly for those of us who are doing one name or even one place studies. Effectively, it means that we can find our ancestors not only as testators, but also as executors. It's the keyword field that's important, because if we enter Joshua or Chapman or even Clerkenwell in the keyword field on the second screen, we'll get the page that we want and just that page. Let's try that here. Go back to the second page, and I'm going to put in the word Clerkenwell, which was part of his address as given on the in the calendar. So we'll do that. So we've just got Tapp and Clerkenwell and 1904 in that search. This time we just get one page, and it's the page that we want. We need to play around with all this and see what the possibilities are. It's something I may well come back to in a future episode of Setting the Record Straight, but if you have any experiences, good or bad, of using the keyword feature here, or if you have any other comments about using the website generally, let me know in the comments. The whole website is still a bit clunky. The navigation isn't great, and the images are quite difficult to maneuver. The zoom feature is particularly annoying, but credit where credit's due, they really do seem to have sorted out most of the big problems, and in theory at least, searching for and finding what you want should be a pretty good experience. Thanks for listening. It's nice to have some good news for a change. I'll be back with more soon.